and put things back together, which I cannot emphasize how important that part is. To be more accurate, Overhaul grants you the ability to assemble and disassemble matter with your own hands. This doesn't mean you can create matter, that's scientifically impossible, but being able to reassemble any type of damage done is so applicable. Nah, bro, the beats is what keeping me in this video. The beats are really keeping me in this joint because I'm just beating my meat. I'm nodding my head to the beat. The best superpowers, IRL too. Consume any kind of fictional series, you most definitely know what a superpower is. The roles they fulfill in their respective worlds are always fairly easy to distinguish. However, some of these applications get lost in translation when it comes to our own world. For example, the MCU's version of the Infinity Gauntlet is extremely overpowered, but if you tried using it in real life, you'd get gamma radiation or probably get disintegrated from the sheer power of one Infinity Stone. There are other reasons as to why some powers are worthless in real life, and many of you have probably seen me make arguments about these types of abilities. For today's video, I wanted to add another installment to the best superpowers that I have in real life because there are a large number of conventional and convenient powers that need to be covered. First ability we're covering is Aokiji's fruit, the Ice Fruit, or for you purists, the Hie no Mi. The Ice Fruit, as its name suggests, grants the user ice abilities. Whether it be creating ice constructs or directly freezing things he comes into contact with, he can do almost anything ice related with this fruit. Want an ice bird? You got it. Freezing a body water? You could do that too. You want some ice balls? You can get those too. Okay, that came out wrong. Wait, why you want some ice balls? Wait a minute. Oh, Llama Summer. Oh, Llama Summer, you want some ice balls? Like extremely simple applications, but you can go a long way with some solid water. For example, Aokiji's leg got cut off in his battle against Akainu, but he can just fill in the missing leg with the leg made of ice. Aokiji's ice has also been able to freeze entire tsunamis, which can function very well in real life natural disasters. There's also a really cool application of his ice powers that Aokiji does when he rides his bike. As he starts pedaling on the ocean, he freezes a path for himself to avoid falling in. It's a little thing, but it's different from what we usually see. You also don't even need to make direct contact with the water and can freeze stuff from a certain distance from Ice Cube, but a ball. Not even be able to take a crack at those melting ice sheets in the Arctic. Granted, I don't know how much you'd actually help in the long run. The ice only lasts about a week, but I'm pretty sure some polar bears would appreciate you. Just in a general sense, ice manipulation has always seemed like one of the safer options in fiction. Think about all the ice characters we've seen in media. They are typically not pushovers. Aokiji is one of these characters, and in terms of sheer raw power, this man makes his I know bro was happy when you got this Aokiji scene, because this animation when he was fighting Garp was fire. Chef kiss. Top 5 strongest fruit in the series. Like when Blackbeard's crew rolled up on him, he easily froze all of them. And let me get into possibly the most important point that I've avoided talking about. With ice being an element and the power coming from a devil fruit, this would make the ice fruit a Logia. What does this mean, you may ask? Well, from my understanding, when you eat a devil fruit, you become the thing that you ate. I know that doesn't make sense at all, but let me put it like this. You know when a character with a devil fruit ability introduces themselves and they say they're an insert devil fruit name human? They're not lying. Man, like if my man said I'm the string fruit, he's made out of strings. I'm literally made out of string, buddy. So if I would have said I'm the dingling, I'm made out of dinglings. It's just how it works. Is a string human. All of this is to say that when you get a fruit that is of the elemental variety, you become an element human. This means that you are essentially immune to taking damage unless random Joker number 326 learned hockey and starts boxing you up. Barring those extraordinary circumstances, any seemingly crazy injury you receive will ultimately result in you returning back to your original form. And it makes sense. How are you gonna hurt an element without having any preparation? I'm max level. You ever try to punch sand out with your bare hands? It's not doing anything. The only way you get touched is if you receive damage from an elemental weakness. So I hope you guys Pokemon type chart memorized. So it's clear that the Logia intangibility would likely be the main selling point for this fruit, and probably most of the other Logia devil fruits like Kizaru. And just one of Akainu's burners commenting right now, yes, basically every other Logia is better than the one that turns you into a Magma Man. Intangibility does not make up for the inconvenience. Go clean up some ice versus cleaning up some lava and tell me which one is easier to do. Anyways, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like cleaning up some lava might be easier to do, because like if I'm cleaning up some ice, the floor's gonna go wet and I gotta mop it. But if I clean up some lava, all I gotta do is put my hand in the lava and touch it, because you know I'm overpowered. I can touch lava. I'm actually universal. I don't even know this. I'm actually Jahchicken. I'm universal, and when I touch lava, I easily pick it up easily because I can do anything. I'm the GOAT. I'm the best, okay? Power, I wanted to quickly cover portals. In the last video, I brought up scientific implications for super speed without realizing those same implications could apply to teleportation. So that one's on me. Thanks to all those who made me aware of it in the comments. I think moving forward, I'll try my best to avoid using science to spread their power unless it's extremely obvious. With that being said, portals are a very simple power to understand. Boom, circle appears that you can enter to get to a different place. Unless you got some Fugazi portals that randomly bring you places, you can do anything that teleportation can with a Fugazi is honestly a crazy word. Like, what the hell does that even mean? Fugazi. changes here and there. To run down some of the points from my last video, you can easily travel with something like portals, which would help everyone on this planet. It's instantaneous transport
fruit
from one
is
place to the
chicken
next,
fruit.
excluding the time that it would take for you to actually go through the portal. Physical dangers don't exist for you, considering that you'd just be able to portal anything coming your way somewhere else. To be honest, you can easily argue that the applications for portals far exceed teleportation. If you watched Across the Spider-Verse, then you should be familiar with the villain Spot. If not, he's basically one of Spider-Man's B-list villains that has the power to create spots that just so happen to be portals.
I don't think Spot is a B-list villain. I think Spot is pretty OP. He's just a little dummy. Like S-tier Spider-Man villain, no cap.
Make him a lot more serious considering his powers are broken. This guy went from a simple street-level thug to a monstrosity near the end of the movie that was a threat to the fabric of the multiverse. But to be honest, we can ignore all that multiversal mumbo-jumbo. The original state of his powers in the beginning of the movie are more than good enough to be functional in real life. Look at this scene, for example. Miles tried to shoot a web at him, and he portaled it back at him. Do you know how hard it is to actually do damage to someone like that?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. The One Piece dude with the portal fruit on Blackbeard Crew, he's gonna be OP, but I guarantee you, Usopp is gonna find a way to cook him. And everyone's gonna be so mad because it doesn't make sense. How do you cook a dude who's a sniper with portals? But Usopp gonna do it, remember that.
Crazy cooldown on this power, and I'd still take it over most other abilities. Keyword being most, because the next power I wanted to talk about is Mahito's curse technique, Idle Transfiguration. This might be the most hacked out ability that I'm going to name in this video because conceptually it's a busted power. Idle Transfiguration is a curse technique that allows the users to change the souls of anyone they touch to their desire. They're also able to alter and maintain their own soul. This means that you will be able to perceive souls, which would mean so much philosophically and spiritually, but we really don't care about that now, do we? With Idle Transfiguration, you can turn yourself into any shape your heart desires. They animated a whole sequence with Mahito just to show off his capabilities and how quickly he can change from one animal to another. And despite being so young, Mahito was able to show us a lot of different uses out of this curse technique.
What when I beat you if I look like you ran a fruit?
Wow. His body parts into sharp metal-like weapons. One of the most extreme examples of Idle Transfiguration was when he blew himself up to simulate his own death just to sneak Mekamaru. Easily one of the smartest usages of this power. There's also his true form, which honestly doesn't matter much for any of us in real life because it's just a stats buff, but it looks cool, I guess.
Just guy seems a real sweet man. JJK, I'm not gonna lie, man. JJK is literally carried by hands and Gojo and Sukuna. JJK is carried by hands and Gojo and Sukuna.
To do with this power. Think of it a bit like
I would turn my friend to a girl. It's crazy.
Instead. And in case you haven't thought about it, since Mahito can alter the soul, which changes his own physical body, if he sustains an injury to his body,
that is crazy work.
His soul to make the injury go away, or strongly maintain his soul so that the injury is never there. So there's no way to actually hurt him as long as he has energy to use his technique, and if he's not fighting someone who can attack the soul directly. So that means bullets, swords, even nukes mean nothing. Everything can just be returned to normal as long as your soul stays intact. Similar applications that can be done to yourself can be done to others as well. So you can transfigure the souls of others.
And Mahito power is pretty OP. All you gotta do is touch, but it's all fun and games. You got Goku, because in Dragon Ball, I don't know if you know this, there's a character in Dragon Ball, he was like a rabbit. If he touches you, he turns into a carrot. And the only thing Goku did was whack him in the head with his power pole. And we all know Kid Goku got Toon Force. To get Goku in canon, he went to the moon and dropped the rabbit off at the moon. This happened in canon. So we're not gonna talk about that. So the power pole can take you to the moon in canon.
Into any shape you desire. Now, we mainly see Mahito do this to horribly disfigure a bunch of people and then turn them into
touch us, it's crazy.
But in case you didn't know, Mahito's a curse, so he's evil. However, there was one case where he actually did heal someone's body, that being Mekamaru. Prior to Mahito healing him, his body was so fudged up, it's not even funny.
I was born with glass bones and paper skin. Every morning I break my legs. My arms.
And you know, the funny thing is, that clip is not even much of an exaggeration either. But one touch from Mahito and he was fine afterwards. I personally see two distinct routes with this ability. The first is being a regular surgeon. I wouldn't even need medical school for real. I could just walk into a hospital and start healing people. There would be no disease that could stop me. All those
you ain't wrong, bruh. You're dying on life support? Heal.
Cease to exist. Millions of lives saved, and you know, that's a good idea and an honorable one at that. The other route is becoming a plastic surgeon. The amount of money I could make with this route is disgusting. It feels almost criminal. Every celebrity in the world would go to you. Anything you want, I got you. Lip filler, more height, more muscles, BBLs, I got you.
Whoa! Why you got that picture of Russell Westbrook with that yacht for? No, bro. Why you got that picture of Russell Westbrook with a wagon on your hard drive, bro? Hell no.
Lama-sama got you covered. Yeah, no, that's wild. I won't lie. Is this as honorable as the other idea?
Hey.
No. But is it an option? Yes. Regardless, if you give me this curse technique, I'm making some type of impact. Before I move on to the next power, if you're new and enjoying the video.
Alright, the next power is gonna be like a Dragon Ball power, right? It gotta be a Dragon Ball. No, it should be Saitama. It should be Saitama. It should be Saitama.
You might as well subscribe. With that being said, we can talk about one of my personal favorite quirks from My Hero, Overhaul. In a previous video during a rant about Shigaraki's decay quirk, I briefly alluded to decay being a derivative of Overhaul, as all it does is destroy things, while Overhaul can destroy and put things back together, which I cannot emphasize how important that part is. To be more accurate, Overhaul grants you the ability to assemble and
My Hero
with your own hands. This doesn't mean you can create matter, that's scientifically impossible, but being able to reassemble any type of damage done is so applicable. Nah, bro,
the beats is what keeping me in this video. The beats are really keeping me in this joint because I'm just beating my meat. I'm nodding my head to the beat.
You may find yourself in. All of those little repairs you make around your apartment can be fixed easily. Finding a job would be incredibly easy too. Any blue collar job will want you because of your ability. You got people breaking backs working in construction while you can just touch a couple things and be done with the entire process. You obviously can defend yourself very easily as well if it comes down to it. We mainly saw Overhaul creating spikes from the ground and attaching other limbs to himself to help his strength or give him extra mobility. But I think you can go even further with this ability, or at least do crazier things. Like you can probably go stupid with body modifications to make your life easier. And like other powers on this list, which is starting to become a trend, you can heal yourself and others with this quirk. Overhaul was able to heal someone's head injuries with ease during season 4. One of the main plot points of that season was him abusing his healing properties on Eri to get her DNA. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that since his quirk is kind of like Shigaraki's decay, if he touches you, he can just murk you on the spot. He'd turn you into a saying, and he wouldn't even break a sweat either. It's just a normal Tuesday. Anyways, his healing can go an absurdly long way. Theoretically, he could put someone together and quote unquote revive them. I really was not joking when I said that it was important that he could reassemble anything that he destroyed. Like Eri was getting broken down and coming back to life.
Did I watch Rick and Morty?
It's obviously questionable.
I haven't watched Rick and Morty. I think I only saw a couple episodes.
How far this can really extend to. You're not going to be like Shenron resurrecting everyone. However, this specific application is interesting enough that I should at least mention it in the video. Honestly, like Toad, look at the best quirks of My Hero, I wouldn't be shocked if Overhaul went in the top 2 or 3. Just that good. For the next ability, I'm not going to give you guys the whole rigmarole. Shadow clones are my personal first pick in the powers I've talked about.
Wait, so you want to pick Shadow clones? It's because they're probably most productive. If I pick a productive ass power, I would probably pick either Robin's fruit or Shadow clones, hands down. No, Law's fruit. Law fruit's another good fruit too.
About in this video, shadow clones are simple. You clone yourself and boom, there's another you. If the clone sustains enough damage, it goes away.
Like Law has a really useful power
if need be. We're gonna ignore a lot of the chakra requirements and go on with the assumption that your physical stamina now will be relative to your chakra reserves. With that being established, you probably only need one shadow clone to have a drastic impact on your life. Each clone has all the user's memories, skills, and physical stats, so this clone can fill in for you at any job, class, appointment, etc. I should also mention that once the shadow clone disappears, all the experience gained from that clone is transferred back to the user. In Naruto, this
could be memes after this video. I bet it's be doing weird animations.
Gathering on missions, but since we're not in some Shinobi era, you can use this trait to your advantage in 2 different ways. The most clear example would be being able to multitask. Contrary to what some may think, your brain isn't actually capable of focusing on multiple tasks at once. In reality, it's actually able to switch between tasks very rapidly, simulating the thing we call multitasking. But with shadow clones, you can have a clone studying or exercising or doing anything really, while you, the user, can do something else. Your productivity is doubled at minimum, which will give you such a large advantage in the real world. But as I previously said, the trait of clones retaining knowledge and experience is twofold.
What will you do if you have the power to choose any power, any anime you want, and some guys pull at you with a gun and demand you to give me your money? If I had any power, I would just wish to be as strong as Goku, and I would have ultra instinct. So like, if when I'll just dodge that jump and he goes done, 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 done. You want to try to shoot again? Done. Nice try. You got I'm gonna knock it out all the way from America to Mexico to Japan to Africa, Filipinos, you know, all the countries. I'm gonna knock them through every country, and then I'm gonna catch them and go, are you scared yet? Yeah.
allow the user to retain the experiences the clone receives. If both the user and the clones are practicing the same activity, once the clones disappear, the user will attain all of the clone's experience. We've seen this done in the series with Naruto primarily. To give you an example, say you yourself are trash at basketball.
Right.
You get better. You go to the gym and put up 50 shots in like 30 minutes. It's an all right amount of practice for sure. Now add 3 clones of yourself doing the exact same thing at the exact same pace. Well, now you've been able to put up 200 shots total in 30 minutes. You can also look at it as getting 2 hours of training.
That's actually useful.
It's pretty safe.
Hold on. That shit actually useful. Wait a minute, gang. That's actually useful. Shay, and that's actually useful. Cause like, that means if you wanted to, oh snap. If you want to get good at Tekken, you can practice all that time. If you want to do something wild, you can do all that stuff wild. Oh yeah, that's useful.
Big difference that would drastically improve your performance. Apply a similar example to anything you're trying to get better at, and you can see why shadow clones are so good. You're basically dilating time to your advantage. Imagine you were like Naruto and you have like 20 of these things running around to help you. You'd be able to improve at anything faster than anyone else. You could also do a good old-fashioned jumping at moment's notice, which is also pretty handy. I can honestly see why Naruto spammed this so much. Why would he need anything else? The last power I wanted to briefly talk about is an ability a couple people mentioned in the comments. Enhanced luck or luck manipulation.
Okay, enhanced luck is okay.
By no means the most flashy.
Enhanced luck is okay.
It's honestly fairly straightforward.
Ain't that crazy?
Some may say
That's not a superpower.
but when it comes to someone like Domino, it's gotta be supernatural. Look at this. This is absurd. I could walk around on the highway and not get hit once because I have really good luck. Things just seem to go your way every single time without you having to do much. Imagine the potential with this power. I can go get a lottery ticket. I could be lucky enough to not deal with traffic. I can gamble.
What the fudge did you just say in my chat, Chappy? Nah, bro, you wild.
Do that. It can low-key extend to anything, really, considering a lot of life has some luck involved in it, no matter how you slice it. You live life knowing you basically got plot armor every single day. Enhanced luck feels like the type of power that is more appealing depending on the level of luck the person already has.
Yo, why Benson double cheeked up? Hey, yo.
They'd probably want this ability in a heartbeat. If you'd say that you find yourself normally having pretty good luck, then you can laugh at those who even need to have something like this to mimic your power. So that's all I got for y'all today. Uploads have kind of slowed down a bit, but nothing too crazy. I just got to get back into the rhythm of school, so it's only natural that this type of stuff happens. I'm gonna try to keep a consistent schedule, but as always, don't hold my word to that, because anything can happen. Also, facts,
man. I know schools be hella annoying, man. Oh, Llama, bro, you're a goat, bro. Like, you're my inspiration, man. Like, you know, you're a pretty cool dude.